Famsky, can you see me? Can you see me? Guys, give me just one sec. Hold up. Hold up. Yo, how goes it? How's the week been? Hang on. Hang on. The light bulb. The light bulb. Guys, how's it going? So look, first and foremost, can you hear me? Am I audible? How's the sound? Sounds good? Sounds good. Lit. So look, if you want to steer the conversation and make sure that I see a question, any question you might have, super chats are the easiest way to do that. Totally optional, just letting you know it definitely helps the channel, helps support your boy. We're going to be going live, I think, every Saturday, just to kind of chop, to check in, to get recommendations. And we're going to think up amazing ideas, just stuff that we want to try. You know, I'm hearing the sounds good. It's a little bit glitchy to some people. Mostly are saying it sounds good. So the introspection on Ren. Listen, I think that Ren is bilingual, and here's what I mean by that. When it comes to Ren, like Ren is, when I say Ren is bilingual, I mean rap is a language, right? Rap is the way that the streets sound. Blues is a kind of language. Rock is a kind of language. Reggae is a kind of language, and Ren speaks all of those languages, and then has the audacity to be able to play the piano and to do all to I wouldn't be surprised if Ren could play drums. Uh, yeah, so I mean, it's very easy. It's easier than people think. Really getting insights from someone like Ren because they just kind of come out of his pores. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's extremely helpful. Echo Trauma. I wonder, is that a band? Tom McDonald isn't anything I could tolerate. Ren is a lot. Listen, there's been some Tom McDonald. There's been so many, requests. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to go in this direction and see kind of what everybody thought. But every Saturday we're going to be here doing this. Look, and look, one of the primary reasons I had to come on here, I need you guys to settle a debate because I'm in trouble on Facebook right now. And now, what I said, I thought was relatively non-controversial. What I said is the only condiment that belongs on hot dogs is mustard. Period. I thought that was non-controversial. When you buy the pack of hot dogs, there's only mustard. It's showing you that the only condiment is mustard. There's mustard on the pack. Now, if somebody says chili cheese, my head is going to explode right here on the live. Chili cheese overwhelms the taste of the hot dog. You can't even taste the hot dog anymore. It just tastes like chili cheese. If you want a bowl of chili, just say that. Wait, hold up. We got another super chat. $25. Thank you so much. James Whittle says NF mistake. Oh man, I dropped a whole NF. I started at the beginning of the NF journey. And NF released a new project. I tried to do, whenever I try to drop like new NF stuff, the NF community is like, you have to start from the beginning. So I'm like, yo, it's like, all right, I'll try to start from the beginning. But I'm actually, hang on, I'm gonna write that down. Thank you so much for that super chat. It helps me out a lot. Um, NF mistake. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be checking that out. NF is a beast. NF with his I love when you can actually watch someone's development. Like the development of these artists is really, really different. NF's development, like he starts off just like, I really just want to rap. I want to be known in rap. Like he's letting you know in that first album. It's like nobody's gonna stop me. No hater is gonna stop me. I really am kind of two-dimensional. Like NF was kind of two-dimensional on that first album. But to see his growth and development and his willingness to let go of his paying attention to what people are saying just caused him to really blossom as an artist, which is the reason I'm really anxious to get to his later albums. um for sure, we'll definitely be looking at more NF. Another super chat from Fafnir says, would love for you to react to Asif Avidan, Rock of Lazarus. What? Rock of Lazarus? Asif Avidan. Asif Avidan. Asif Avidan. Asif Avidan. Listen to Rock of Lazarus. Got you. I got it down. I'm going to check it out. Thank you very much for that super chat. It definitely helps. Another super chat says, I'd be interested in your take on the dryness and the rain. Me be with you, a bit different than your usual reviews, but has depth. The dryness and the rain. The dryness and the rain is a band. The dryness and the rain. I mean, I don't know why I'm writing these things down. These things are immortalized, so I'll look back at these things. Is that rock music? Let me know the genre if you can. Have you ever done Hosier? Hosier? No, I have not. Guys, my music, like I was into country, which is one of the reasons I wanted to come on here as well. I want to really move into a little bit of country music. And I know, some people, especially if you're into rap or if you're into rock, those two genres are kind of boundary pushing genres where sometimes country music can be conservative, boundary conserving, or more enforcing of the borders, whereas with rock and rap it's more pushing the borders, right? So a lot of people who are into rap and rock are not into country for that reason. But if you want to, push your own limits, the limits of your own echo chamber, and see what insights are there to be gleaned from country. Country music has some amazing music. I am going to tell you that. So we need to get into some of that. Another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. It says, any chance you'd ever do some reactions to BTS Map of the Soul 7? Would be interested. For a philosopher slash psychologist, so many Jung and alchemy references. Wow. I know that, I think alchemy was the preset for what would eventually become chemistry. Just like astrology would eventually become astronomy. So yeah, that definitely that definitely interests me. For everyone referencing an artist or a song, let me know the genre and a little bit about what impresses you about it. I mean, I am going to check it out just by dint of the super chat. I'm going to look it up. But let me know just a little bit about what turns you on about the song that you're putting up. James Whittle, you're goated. I appreciate that $30 super chat. One take, so goat. One take, Timmy. I think he is one of the best alive. Okay, but what does he do? One take. Hold on. I'm gonna really just have to hang on one sec. Hang on one sec. Guys, you know what I need to do? You know what I really need to do low key is because there's something in OBS where I can actually look things up live. Would you guys be down for that on every Saturday? Like we'll just look at the super chats and we like look it up, and all of us like we'll give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll do a live reaction to it. Because I'm very good at the copyright thing. A lot of reactors, say, "Oh, there's copyright strikes and this and that." I'm pausing and saying so much that I win most of my copyright things. I'm just looking up this one. Oh, there it is. All you have to do is put W in and it just finishes it. One take Timmy. Oh, snap. Is this hip hop? Flame. I wish I could you guys can't hear that, right? Like I want to be able to actually share my screen and share my experience. But yeah, I'm going to be looking that up as well. Thank you very much. Let me know, by the way, with your super chats, what genre this is, right? What genre it is, why you think that this would fit for the channel as well, if you can, as much detail. Regardless of the fact, I am going to look it up just because you were gracious enough to super chat. I am going to look it up. um, Black Veil Brides Hallelujah. Now, is this the Hallelujah? Is this I heard there was a secret chord that David played and is this a rendition of that Hallelujah, or is this a different thing? Black Veil Brides. John, I appreciate you. John is one of the day ones. Shout out to people who have been with me for like so long in the journey, with me figuring things out, getting kicked off. For those of you, by the way, who are here from the book club, who are just like, you know what, I would just love if you brought back the book club. I have some good news for you. The book club, it may not be live for a while, but I'm going to be uploading chapters of 1984. 1984 is going to be finished, and chapters of it will be uploaded. And so I don't want people to, especially in the Discord servers, saying, are we just completely left in the weeds with respect to the book club? The book club is going to be continuing. I have a reaction request. This is from Urbanist. No Oblivescaris and Plague Flowers, the Kaleidoscope. Live in Colorado. They're a great prog metal blend. Colorado is my home. Shout out to my brother Black Pegasus. I'm definitely going to be looking that up. Metal. I cannot believe that I have been so down the metal rabbit hole. That's the last thing that I expected when I started the channel. I've just organically kind of drifted into that lane. And maybe it says like a little bit about myself, because I had no idea that metal was so metacognitive. Metal is talking about, you know, it's just so internal and so personal, right? Sleep Token has become one of my freaking favorites. Tool is just you know, they break the fourth wall when it comes to music. Like they're trying to do something completely creatively different, almost on par with what people would say about Pink Floyd, right? And so I've just been really, really addicted to what's coming out of that lane. Somebody like Rin, the reason Rin is so much fun for me is because you have no clue what you're gonna get with Rin. Like he's just lives to kind of defy your expectation in a radically impressive way almost every time. Uh $10 super chat. I appreciate you, Crimson Wolf. The future is a foreign land by Ghost. The Future is a Foreign Land by Ghost. It came out in 2019, yet it means so much now. It almost seems more recent. That's what it means by, I think that's what's meant by the word of God. When people say something is like a message from God, it means that it resonates across eras, right? It's like, when you just catch one of those patterns that just continues to exist. I love that. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out. Thank you for the super chat. New Insight members. Yo, we have Insight members and Epiphany members who really help this channel on a monthly basis. There is a lot of, I don't even want to say a lot. There will be a lot more members only content right now. There's an entire NF album, and Dark Side of the Moon is actually coming up. I'm going to drop that I'm going to drop that right here, right now, that very shortly that will be in the members only as well. Jin, thank you for the $10 super chat. Echo is a rapper, but has been dabbing into a new metal sound. He has an amazing catalog. I wish to God that there was more rock rap. I wish that more rappers would rap over rock guitar riffs. Maybe that's one of the reasons that Ren was like immediately a psycho in my mind, because like there's something that's like, I love the decision to do that. One of the Disturbed does that a lot. When I'm listening to Disturbed, it's like get down with the sick, and he reminds me almost like a Cypress Hill, when he's going off on those rock beats. So I love that. I'm into it. $10 super chat from Gemma. Hello, Heaven, Hello, or Zombie would be amazing. Youngblood. This is not the first time that Youngblood has been recommended. So I wonder what genre that is. $20 super chat for you, just for the love, and you're a subscriber. Please cook. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone who's been appreciating this channel. Guys, before we get into more super chats, so my wife is sick right now. My wife has the flu, and she's just resting. And my daughter is with her grandma so that she's not, continually annoying my wife. And my wife's trying to get some sleep. But my daughter, who's noticing that she's passing off this sickness to my wife, and my wife will like pass it back. My daughter will go to preschool, and one of the kids at preschool will get her sick, and and my daughter's recognizing I'm never sick. And so my 5-year-old asks me, it's like, Dad, why are you never sick? And Mom is sick, and I'm always sick, but you're never sick. And I said something that I shouldn't have said, and I'm going to defend myself. I said because I don't believe in it, and that was wrong, right? And of course she caught me on it. She's like, "What do you mean you don't believe? People get sick, right?" I'm like, "Yes, people get sick. It's kind of my upbringing." Does any of you guys have a like a parent who, let me put it this way. If you ever seen Big Fat Greek Wedding, you remember that guy would use Windex? So like, just put Windex on it. That'll heal it. Right? I didn't come from that kind of household necessarily, but I came from like the, oh, you're dizzy, you're probably dehydrated. Drink some water, you'll be fine. Or, oh, your stomach hurts, you shouldn't have ate those chips. It was very rarely like, you're sick, we need to go to the you need to lay down, you're sick. Like when I had a snotty nose, I would go outside and play with my friends with the snotty noses, and we would all just get sick together, or we'd still play. And so in my mind, it just never went to the you're sick thing. And, as a big fan of like psychology and cognitive science, what I kind of have been learning recently is that whenever you have like a tickle in your throat, or, your stomach hurts, your brain has this threat detection network that's like, okay, is this a threat or is this not a threat? And so you can either activate the amygdala by saying, yes, I'm getting sick. If you say, yes, I'm getting sick, the amygdala does this work where it's like, your heartbeat starts speeding up, your gut shifts, your breathing becomes a little bit more narrow, and then you really feel sick. And then you tell yourself, oh, I need to lay down. And then that threat detection system starts doing even more work. And it's kind of this whole thing. Well, because of my childhood, because I was never told I'm actually sick, I activate the task-centric network when I feel those things. I just say to myself, oh, I need more water. Oh, I need to stop eating this thing, or, I need to poop. And so because of that, I have a built-in kind of placebo. And that's kind of weird, you know? I mean, of course, sometimes I get sick, but it's a very rarely. Um, so Hoyser blends folk, indie, rock, blues, very inspired by jazz musicians. What's crazy is like I was just talking about how I wonder who would actually go with me down a jazz journey, right? Because this channel was set up to test the proposition that the cascade of insights is infinite. Shout out to Dr. John Vervaeke out of the University of Toronto. I want Dr. John Vervaeke on this channel. I would love to have Dr. John Vervaeke actually react to some music on this channel. That would be flame. Yes, by the way, I have reached out to Rin and their crew, and I love how Rin, you know, when he was in the comments the last time he went live, he was just talking about, look, he's extremely busy. It's not that he's kind of neglecting to do, you know, any of these things. He's just a very busy guy, because I think I mean, people are starting to recognize Rin is a very rare kind of person, right? And so a lot of people want his time and energy. I think that as this family of ours grows organically, that will naturally occur in the future. And so, you know, I don't want to put any more pressure on him than he already has. I mean, he has the Chris Webby thing dropping. He has more music with Chinchilla, which I cannot wait for the Rin and Chinchilla music to drop. I think that's going to, why would I want to listen to anything else for several months other than the Rin and Chinchilla mixtape or whatever they're working on together, right? But he's got a lot going on, and he's got the 21 Pilots thing. It's like, bro, the UK is flame right now. If I could get out there and go to the Rin 21 Pilots concert, um, let me see, more NF albums and Rin, dear God, Rin, dear God. I'm going to jump. I'm going to jump to a new NF album, and the NF people better not get on my case because I get so sick of like the NF fans. Just like they're so, everyone's telling me to start somewhere different. There's like whenever I drop something, like, no, you're missing the story. You have to go over here, and then I'll go over there and like, no, you know. And so yeah, I'm going to just start with a NF album, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to ignore the people who tell me to categorize it in a specific way. But yeah, definitely more NF. Me Without You, The Dryness and the Rain, indie rock, art rock, spoken word. Ooh, would you guys like to get into some spoken word? I did a spoken word one time and I turned it into a rap to a beat. It was like I said, I'm talking about a thistle crown made out of twigs, stick around, simmer down, project unclean, brick of brown, God soldier, child with a magazine, kid around, Halloween, sorry, I'm out of dreams, rent a clown, permission to make a sound, bite you with a bit of sound, get a crown, hijack whole cities, lift a town, river bound, spirit of living water, men are drowned, let them live, breath from a broken rib and a bit of ground. Bro, I was going crazy. And yeah, I miss spoken word. I definitely want to get into some spoken word on this channel. You ever heard of propaganda? If you haven't heard of propaganda, in my opinion, propaganda is one of the spoken word goats. But this is something that I really want to do on this channel. I want a spoken word. Yeah. Check this out. Check this out. Because we're going to end up dividing this channel into days. There, like Monday will be whatever day, say rock. Tuesday will be rap day. Wednesday will be country. Thursday will be, but spoken word day would be completely flame. If there was just a day dedicated to spoken word and to uplifting and supporting spoken word artists, because they're doing work that very few others are doing. So I love you bringing spoken word up. $10 super chat from Joe. I appreciate you. He says, do you know Michael Franti? Oh, he said, Michael Franti. My wife and I fell in love to Michael Franti. Life is better with you. Oh, oh, life is better with you. When I think of all the things that we've been through, I know that just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Oh, oh, we are going to get into some Michael Franti, sir. I don't know what genre Franti is. I know Franti raps. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Michael Franti. Me and my wife went to a Michael Franti concert. It's one of the things, like at a Michael Franti show, you really get to see how much the internet has confused us into hating each other. When you're at a Michael Franti concert, there are babies, there are elderly people, there are black people, white people, people who don't speak the same language, all kinds of cultural flags, including patriots of American patriots. There's conservatives, there's liberals. People are passing around beach balls. Uh, Michael Franti is completely lit. I can't believe you just brought up Michael Franti, and he's skipped my mind for this entire channel. This is one of the reasons we have to go live every once in a while, right? Um, Absolutely, 100% Michael Franti. Thank you for the super chat. BTS is like Tool, but K-pop. Like Tool, but K-pop broke my mind a little bit. BTS. I have to mention that in the reaction. It's like that somebody said it's like Tool but K-pop. Um, BVB, not a color of Halloween, rock metal. Um, Someone said just this is AVH Wrench. Just want to say thank you for your reactions and unbelievable insight. You're hands down the best on here. Keep cooking. Let me cook, sir. Thank you so much for your support. I deeply appreciate it. Um, I want, I think very soon, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I think being more insightful will be more helpful in general, as opposed to being reactionary, right? Like we all want to do reactions, but I love that the majority, at least, of my subscribers are down for like the insights. I was like, oh, yeah, the reactions are cool. The fact that the parts in the song that resonate with me also resonate with you, that's all well and good. But the insights, right? And so I'm working on something to where I can teach people how to be more insightful in general, like how to the things to background and foreground. And I know that kind of gets technical, but being insightful and recognizing the insights, which are literally everywhere, it just depends on what you're deciding to ignore and what you're deciding to pay attention to. So there's going to be some kind of thing where I incorporate everyone into a journey and learning how to do that. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. And I will continue to cook. Please believe. I think I think there's gonna be merch. There's gonna be cook sir hats that say please cook. Uh Crimson says Ghost is a rock metal band that is satanic. Lyrically, they are anti-religion and they make fun of the shallow religious people. The best example is their song Jesus He Knows Me. It points out the shallowness of televangelists. Damn. Listen, there's a guy named Bishop on Clubhouse, and he's a Satanist. He's a friend of mine. Let me know if this is true or not, right? I'm a Christian mystic. And by mystic, I just mean that I'm brothers with the Sufi mystics in Islam, and I'm brothers with all of the mystic traditions down to Hinduism. And uh, this guy Bishop told me that the Satanists were called Satanists by the church, but what they were early on were people who were attempting to separate church and state. And because of their attempt to do that, the church branded them Satanists, and they took on the term, even though it was meant as a derisive term. They took on that name. Is it something different that we're dealing with? Let me know. Either way, I am going to check that out. Thank you so much for the super chat and the support. Phantom says, let's see if my CC card lets me pay for this. Phantom is somebody who I consider a personal friend. We're actually going to, try our best to link at some point in the future. But amazing mind. Phantom is someone who's helped me so much with the channel, so much with the Discord. Just letting me know, to reminding me to just be myself, and to not try to Phantom is just goaded. I appreciate you, buddy. Um, OTEP mixes rap and metal. My confession is my favorite, but confrontation perfectly flawed. Crooked Spoons, Apex Predator, Blood Pigs is oldest. Um, OTEP mixes rap and metal. Yeah, mixing rap and metal is flame. Guys, I never thought that I never thought that I would be even considering ever reacting to a song called Blood Pigs. But here we are. The universe has things in mind which you may not be aware of, right? So before we go into more supers, I wanted to let you know that in these times, in my opinion, it's very important to maintain your inner peace. I don't think that anything is worth sacrificing that. Um, there was something that Rin said, and I caught it before I released the second watch of Vincent's Tale. Rin had this line. He said, uh, "One man's one man's fighter is another man's tyrant, but tyrants go to war when the something is non-compliant, or tyrants go to war with non-compliance." Right? And I thought that that was such an insightful line that I made a short based on that, right? Because half of America thinks that we're living under a tyrant, and half of America thinks that we have our chosen fighter, someone who's fighting for our desires. And one thing that I wanted to do, as opposed to just solve that problem and say, okay, here's how to deal with Trump, right? Let's apply that to ourselves first and foremost and say, how do I deal with people who are non-compliant, right? Do I try to integrate how they feel? Um, because he says uh, empathy is castrated. There's a lot in that reaction, right? I mean, Ren is somebody who's truly goaded. Um, hang on one sec. Mankjarot. I will not reveal your real name, but she is one of those who's also been there from near the beginning, always supportive of the channel, done tons for the Discord. Um, this is for Tom to request a song. Tom, request a song. James, NF fans can be crybabies. The NF fans can be crybabies. Trust me. Clouds, the mixtape is the best album to start with. Just bangers. Nice. Clouds. Asif Avidan. Asif Avidan describes himself as a collage artist. That's fire. Guys, are we going into this time where are we going into a time where artists um are just kind of doing what they want? Because like labels used to be kind of known for something. They're known for like a particular genre, but there's a lot of genre blending and genre mixing. It used to just be the Red Hot Chili Peppers who were known for that. We got to do more Red Hot Chili Peppers too. Miss Lisa Marie says, myself and a few other in chat believe you will love this. The conversations we will have for this one. Paolo Nutini, Iron Sky, Abbey Road Live. Ooh, incredible. and there's 4 likes. Paolo Nutini. Paolo Nutini. Paolo. My favorite book was written by a Paulo. Paulo Freire. Pedagogy of the Oppressed, Paulo Freire. William Drake says you should really, really check out Brother Ali. Anything by him, in particular, Brother Ali, Uncle Sam, goddamn, must watch official video. Ooh, wee. Brother Ali. Brother Ali is a name that rings bells, and I am not acquainted. So that's going to be flame. Guys, for hip hop on the channel, I feel so, because I truly am a lyricist. And look, I consider myself one of the greats. You have to toot your own horn at some point. You know, listen, I battle rap. Battle rap is one of the most sketchy, difficult forms of rap you can do. And there are reasons, maybe, traumas in my past that caused me to love that scene. I mean, battle rappers are a strange bunch. You know what I mean? People who tour the US just writing bars that are like that stab, and getting that rush from the crowd cheering you on for something that is very difficult, right? Because the crowd is a very, very tough crowd. So when it comes to rap, I have a pretty high bar for what qualifies as good rap. You know what I mean? Like, you can make a good song and not be a good rapper. One of the reasons I haven't got into rap on this channel, and I plan to change that in 2016, please believe me. But one of the reasons I haven't gotten into it is because I tend to be a harsh critic. But yeah, we're definitely going to get into it. $20 super chat, VMC. One of my favorite things you've done was Jungle Book joint. Let's go. Would y'all be down for more Jungle Book? Please stop playing with me. I done do woo woo. I want to be like you, woo woo, doobie doobie doobie. I want to walk like you. That's where the Baloo bounce came from. I think it was the first thing I dropped on this channel. It's like the oldest video. And I actually won the copyright dispute versus Disney. I told my wife, like, I was in my office for 8 hours. My wife was like, "Oh yeah, he's down there getting busy. He's getting it done." I go upstairs and she's like, "How many videos did you do?" And I was like, "One." She was like, "8 hours? You just did one video? What was it?" I was like, "Jungle Book." She's like, "You did She said, "What song from Jungle Book?" I was like, "Yeah, Baloo." I did the Bare Necessities on Baloo. And it was flame. That's where the Baloo bounce. It's like, yo, just stop worrying about everything, right? Like, we live in an age of worriers, as if we are not one thing pretending to be many things. Listen, I know I don't want to get too deep into metaphysics, but that's what I believe. I believe that we are apparently different, but we are fundamentally the same. That's what mystics believe. And so yeah, I definitely want to get into more Disney. Disney, they've I'm on their radar though, so I might just get copyright striked to death. Disney does not play. But thank you very much for that super chat. Megs says Falling in Reverse featuring Jelly Roll. Don't do that. Don't do that. Falling in Reverse featuring Jelly Roll is a thing. That is absolutely flame already. Jelly Roll is one of the he is one of the quintessential examples of uh of radical non-retaliation. Let me explain what I mean. Radical non-retaliation is when you do something bad to someone, and instead of harming you back, they give you a gift. That's radical non-retaliation. Jelly Roll was really, really huge. Like, he was really, I think he was beyond 400 pounds or something like that. And he had told his family that he was going to lose this weight. And everyone's, worried about him and his family. And He's lying to them saying, "Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm going to start taking walks and next week I'm going to start doing that." Uh and as his health is declining and his family has to just watch him sit there and his life waste away, he just keeps telling them these lies that he's going to actually start doing something. And finally he decides to take a walk just around the block. And as he gets to his home stretch, like toward his house, his family is outside applauding him. That is radical non-retaliation. They had no reason to support him at that point. He had been lying to them this whole time. And yet they were out. It can completely changed his life, their decision to do that. And that's kind of one of the things I want to teach at Wisdom School here in Spokane. At the Hilliard Library, every other week, we have Wisdom School where we talk about these concepts, like what is radical non-retaliation, right? It's when you give someone a gift when they deserve a punch in the face. It's a strange thing to do. It very rarely happens. Sometimes, you'll have somebody uh murder someone, and then the family of the deceased will come to the murderer and say, "Hey, we forgive you and we love you and we're going to help put money on your books so that you can do better in prison." It's a very strange thing, but it opens up your mind to less cognitive limitation. Sorry, didn't mean to go down. But Falling in Reverse featuring Jelly Roll, uh, that's lit. That's amazing. Um, Urbanist says, "What got you interested in psychology and cognitive science?" Um, it was probably I would say it's Dr. John Vervaeke. Dr. John Vervaeke has a 50-part lecture series, and I cannot stress enough to you, if it's digestible, because some of it, I mean, it does get a little difficult, but he's an amazing teacher, right? He has a 50-part lecture series for free. If you type into your YouTube search bar, "Awakening from the Meaning Crisis," Dr. John Vervaeke, "Awakening from the Meaning Crisis," 50-part lecture series on what it means for your life to have meaning, what it means to become wise, right? And he ties cognitive science in. He says that in the UK they call it the cognitive sciences, plural, instead of cognitive science. And the cognitive sciences are an attempt to integrate all of the theories of mind without equivocating. And he goes into what that means too. But man, oh man, it made my life radically better. Just one example of the things that he talks about in that lecture series is he talks about transjective properties. So we hear that properties are like subjective, like it's all in my head, or objective, like it's out there. But he says a lot of properties are transjective, meaning they transcend the subject object distinction. Things like color, right? So if I say and I'm sorry, I'm going to stop nerding out for a second, but you asked me about cognitive, I got to nerd out a little bit on you. This pen appears to be like blue. It's a Horizon Credit Union pen, like blue and black, right? It is not objectively blue because it's not blue without your eyes. It's not subjectively blue because you can't change it to another color with your mind. It is transjectively blue, meaning the blue is a result of the pen interacting in a relationship with your eyes, right? Your seeing of blue there is a relationship. He does amazing things just to you start to see the universe as far more of a beautiful thing as a result of watching this. That is my gift to you. Um the 50-part lecture series, letting you know about that. Go check it out. It's free. It'll help you out. It's flame. Absolutely flame. Um okay, so before we go into more of the super chats, um a lot of people are asking for your advocacy in these times. You need to be an advocate over here, and you need to be an advocate over here. Understand that in times of pressure, in times of high societal pressure, um, uh, there's a division of labor should naturally evolve. I am doing my part for all of the things that it doesn't seem like I am by offering wisdom online to the degree that I can. If I'm insightful, if I'm giving someone something in music, a tool that they can take away and use in their daily life, which is what I try to do with music. I try not to just react. I try to give you a tool that you can walk away and use. That is my contribution. I don't have to directly talk about politics and the shitty mess that it is, right? I don't have to, so that's just something to think about too, because I know the internet is, especially right now, it's calling on you to make a decision. Either you're on the good side or you're on the evil side. And for those of us who want to maintain our peace, it's important to know that in the division of labor, which naturally occurs in a high stress situation, you can decide to transcend that dichotomy, right? And I kind of wanted to, just to give people who needed to hear that, um, a little bit of hope. Um, Guys, I'm going to get into classical music. I am. I'm going to be reacting to some Bach, probably because of this book. Um, it's not here; it's upstairs. I have a book called Gödel, Escher, Bach, by Douglas Hofstadter, and I have so much to say now about Bach and the power that it has that I didn't even realize that classical music has. It's going to be really really interesting, and we're going to make it fun. We're going to break down the insights. We're going to learn together how to listen to it, how to appreciate it, and I think that's going to be a wonderful thing. Um, Phantom says, "All right, here's my request: Dirt Miller D1. Dirt Miller. Dirt Miller sounds country. Dirt Miller. Dirt Miller." Crimson Wolf says, "Bloody Wood is a Bollywood metal band that blends traditional Indian music and makes it metal. The song in question is called New Delhi." That's fire. Bollywood is actually kind of fire. Bollywood metal blend is just nuts. Guys, what I want you to start doing in the chat right now, greatest artist alive. I know it's tough. Just drop it, hit enter, and you know, brace for blowback. Who is the goat? The living goat, not past, present, alive, living and breathing goat. Urbanist says that 10-year time turner seems to be working. That 10-year time turner seems to be working, Mr. B. What's the 10-year time turner? What am I missing? Help me out with that. Brother Ali is definitely a lyricist. I'd love to hear a reaction to Immortal Technique Civil War featuring Killer Mike, Brother Ali, Chuck D. Immortal Technique is an absolute beast. I heard Immortal Technique give an interview one time and it blew my mind. He was like silencing the interviewers with his brilliance when it comes to like geopolitics. Like he understands like global politics. Um Immortal Technique is a very fascinating guy. Um $10 super chat. It's been a little bit since you've done any Tool. That's true. Enema has always been one of my favorite songs. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that one. Yeah, more Tool for sure. More Tool for sure. Um, and I kind of want to do some reactions to some Maynard interviews too, because Maynard has a lot of really interesting things to say, and he does a lot of interviews, so I'd like to see that. Um, Mr. Biscuit, are you going to put a limit on any further requests? There's so many, we won't get through all of them in just one live stream. Oh yeah, so these requests, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bracket things. I think what I'm going to do is dedicate days of the week to musical genres. But I really want to dedicate one to spoken word because someone said spoken word, and I'm just like, yo, I would love, like, spoken word has so many different superpowers. You can do so much, like reacting to like open mic stuff, like seeing what the public has to say. It's just really dope. VMCF says Daniel Amos, Hollow Man is a band from the 80s that was Christian new wave. Wow, Daniel Amos. Let me ask you guys this. Like, because this is something I'm going to be trying. So if I just pop up and go live again, don't be frustrated if that live only lasts like 20, 30 seconds and I don't say anything. Because what I'm going to be trying to do is use OBS to go live and then have that little mini screen so that so that I can do reactions live. Because there's a way to do that, but I'm a man of a certain age, and I'm not the least lazy person on earth. I'll say that. I'm not the laziest, but I'm also not the least lazy. Respectfully. $10 soup chat from Nuclear. We've got to get some of Aurora's music in here. If you like Rin, she's right up your alley. I'd recommend Dreams and always try to watch live music with her. Love the content. Aurora's music. Oh, snap. Aurora. Like, what would be lit is if we just like knocked out all of these this week. You know what I mean? And then like we come back next Saturday. Um, I do have to get back into Tool though. That is true. Hey, Mr. Biscuit, I love your philosophical way of thinking and explaining things. I relate so much to it. Um, please react to LP Lost on you. Lost on you? LP Lost on you? Fam, um, somebody mentioned jazz already, and I was gonna bring that up. Like, getting into some jazz would be a heck of a lot of fun. Another thing, a lot of people are saying, "Hey, have you reached out to Ren?" I have reached out to Ren, and I haven't heard anything back just because I think that he's busy. But I think so many people keep saying that I think I mean, of course, it's reached his ears. He said, "Is Biscuit a sandwich?" I'd love to do an interview with a sandwich. Because Chris Webby, yo, I am going to the Chris Webby show featuring Token. What are we talking about, buddy? I've already got tickets, VIP style. Yeah, VIP tickets. We got entry to the show, super early entry to watch all artists, behind the scenes look at pre-show process, VIP credentials, a Chris Webby lanyard, signed tour poster, dedicated time to hang out and play video games with Chris Webby. I don't play video games, but I'll play a video game with Chris Webby. Autographs, photos, the whole nine. So that's going to be lit. I'm going to show you guys a whole bunch of footage from the Chris Webby show when that happens. Um, let me ask you guys this: what other reactors would you like to see me collab with? Because the only reactor that I've react with is my brother Black Pegasus. Black Pegasus is I don't know how many of you guys or if anybody has had the pleasure of meeting him. He's one of the most down to earth dudes. Like he's I've known him now for almost 2 decades. Um, and I was just in Colorado. He's like, "Hey, bro, I want to show you this guy named Ren." It's like, and I was over there just doing the Ren reaction, and it got some momentum. Uh, let's see, Knox. Uh, Dude, shout out to Knox Hill. Knox does deep dives too, does he not? Knox is a he does a lot more current contemporary hip hop. And shout out to him for knowing how to navigate around that. Like whenever I try to, it's like, bro, the copyrights are, you know. So yeah, I when I'm looking up like current hip hop reactions, yeah, Knox is beastly. He's just so Knox is far above my pay grade. He's been a trailblazer for reactors for such a long time. I don't even know if Knox Hill knows I exist. Knox is a breakdown channel, not a reaction channel. I consider you the same. Oh, so we're on the same. He's too for breakdowns and does do other music as well. That's fire. I know Knox and Black P, they did like shows together or something. But I've never actually met or corresponded with Knox. I think all the reactors should do a song, like the reactors who rap. uh, Mankcharat says, "I doubt I can sway Mr. B, but it won't stop me from trying." You can, like, you actually can. You've done so much for me in this channel. Let me know. Drop me a message in Discord, and I'll react to whatever you want, just for you. Agree on Knox Hill. Brain squeeze reactions? Brain squeeze. Brain squeeze. New super chat, $10 says, if you're looking for some excellent jazz fusion, check out Snarky Puppy. They're incredible improvisers, really good at listening to each other. Ooh, musical improvisation. Lingus is a solid song to start with. Improv? That's dope. Snarky Puppy. Snarky Puppy is crucial. Guys, you know what I wanted to get into is some Linkin Park. See, but I've had so much like metal, like I don't want to just kind of be, in like the everyone's, oh yeah, Mr. Biscuit Speaks. That's just a metal channel, just breaking down metal. Um, I want to get into more Harry Mack too. Shout out to H Mac. H Mac is such a good soul. Oh my gosh, there's love in the chat for Snarky Puppy. Snarky Puppy for real. But family, that is going to be the agenda. Every Saturday, just to chop up, get recommendations, check in. We're going to think up amazing ideas, and we'll enjoy them and resonate with them. My wife is sick right now, so I'm only going to be on here for a very short amount of additional time. But guys, I wanted to say thank you very much, because it's only through your engagement that I can keep this thing going. And it's attention is the currency of love. That's my wife says that. Open, curious attention is the currency of love. And it's risky to give someone your attention, because when you give someone your attention, you're giving them permission to change what you find relevant. And so the fact that you have decided to trust me with that is not something that I take lightly. I deeply appreciate it. 11 says Lincoln Park is in a league of their own. They definitely broke molds for sure. Devin says, I love watching your sleep token reactions. It's a rabbit hole unlike any other, and I feel like you get it. Keep it up. Thank you very, very, very much. I deeply appreciate it. You know, sleep token, I've had so many conversations because my wife loves sleep token now too. My wife watches the channel and she loves sleep token now too. And we were having a conversation about like, uh, you know, Vessel says, it's almost like give me everything or nothing, like show me the full shadow self, right? And it's like, what would it be like if there was no persona in a relationship? And it's like, you just have to take me completely as I am. I'm not going to work on any of my flaws. Just Sleep Token is extremely trippy on every song. So I'm loving going through the sundowning journey right now. Um, Delightful says, appreciate all you do. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Guys, you guys have been amazing. Thank you. Been here since day one. Have always been excited and happy to see your videos pop up. This community you're building has so many great people in it. That speaks to your kindness. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Um, I'm I found a lot of insights about myself. I've been having more conversations with my dad. I'm going to have, hopefully, okay, listen, my dad is the kind of guy who is going to perpetually say that he's going to come down here and he will never come. And he's like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come down now. I'm gonna be on your channel. Yep, I'm gonna come down, son. I'm gonna be on your channel. Yeah, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna be on your channel. So listen, I even just got off the phone with him today, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is you're doing really." My dad, he has the most amazing radio voice because he always wanted to be a radio DJ, and so having my dad on the channel next to me would be absolutely bananas. It would be nuts, and he says he's going to do it. So I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to guilt him into seriously coming down here and doing it. One last super chat. Jennifer Blake, in this moment, please. In this moment. That must be either that's a name of a song or the name of a band. Jonathan's dads are goaded. Hey, love you guys. Appreciate you. Next Saturday, we're going to be coming together again. And pay attention to the community post because I'm going to post a poll about how we should divide the genres because I don't want to get pigeonholed. I am inspired by the Rins of the world, the Red Hot Chili Peppers of the world, who are just defiant of categorization. I don't want to fall into the box of just being a metal channel or just being a rap channel or just being I want to really explore music to test the theory that the cascade of insights is actually infinite. So that's what we're going to do. Family, love you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Salute.